We are at a time, I don't know if we've said crossroads or not, but we're at an important time in the history of this church. God has blessed this congregation of the Lord's people through the years. A great heritage, a great history that so many of you have been vitally a part of. Certainly, those of us who are younger, we owe a debt of gratitude to you for your service, for your leadership, for your work, your influence in this community through the years. As has been mentioned last Lord's Day, again today, we're in the process of possibly installing another elder. And that's something that's important, something that's needed. Because things change for all of us. People move. People grow older and leave this earthly scene. And so appointing new elders is something that we have to continually be looking about and preparing for. And with reference to that, I want to pause and just say that those of us who are older in the Lord's church, we need to always encourage by the things that we say about our current elders. We need to encourage those who are younger, our young men who are coming on. We need to encourage them that they themselves would want to aspire someday to be an elder. We want to shape them. We want to mold and frame our young men in their minds that they would desire to serve the Lord God in such capacity as an elder in the Lord's church. And so we need to love our elders and not be talking about our responsibility as the church to our elders, but we want to properly respect our elders. We want to love them, support them, encourage them. Not only when we are face-to-face with them, but when we are maybe in our cars driving home. Maybe when we are around the kitchen table eating Sunday lunch. You and I need to encourage and support our elders in every way possible. If you're taking notes, a couple of passages, these are not the only ones of interest, but if you're taking notes, you want to jot down the scripture reading we just had, 1 Peter chapter 5, 1 through 5, as well as the occasion where the Apostle Paul was en route to Jerusalem for the last time. And he called for the Ephesian elders to meet him at Miletus. He had a number of things he wanted to say to those men. We read about that in Acts chapter 20, 17 through 38. We'll be alluding to that occasion as we proceed through our study today. Brother David Lane has been submitted for consideration to serve as one of our elders along with our president board. We appreciate the service of our current elders. I might say, and I'm not sure that I've told you this before, but 2 years ago after our coming here, I shared with my parents, and especially my mother, various things about our elders. My mother was in her early 70s when she passed. And I shared about the relationship that I had with these men. Their spirit, their demeanor, their activities, the things that they were doing. My mother was a Christian. She was brought up going to worship at Shade Acres in Saxon, Missouri. And she had seen elders at home and various congregations where she worshiped, served, and heard about her life. My mother said these elders. I had these things generally. I just caught it as I saw it. And she said, these elders that served in Fort Roberts congregation are some of the best elders that she has ever known or heard about. We're thankful for Dave and Becky Lane, for your service, for what they mean to this church, for their influence, for their example. And whether or not ultimately Dave is ordained as an elder next Sunday, I have no reason at this particular point in time to believe it won't be, but whether or not he does, as I mentioned today the other day, have full confidence that they will continue to be a blessing to this church. So you've been asked by our elders that if you have a scriptural objection, to approach Brother Dave and try to get that resolved as quickly as possible. You're well aware that every organization that exists throughout history and in today's world needs good leaders. Whether you're talking about the government on any level, whether you're talking about a school district, whether you're talking about a business, in all of these various areas in the secular world, good leaders are vitally important. But it is no less true. In fact, it may be even more important that the Lord's church have good leaders than any other place in our lives. The Lord's church needs the best possible leaders. Men who are men of initiative. Men who are going someplace. They know where they're going. And they have the way, the demeanor, to be able to gently lead God's flock in the way that God would have us to go. Here at Warner Robins, we are interested in doing things God's way. We want to be scriptural. And so we want to observe God's way for doing things, even as it deals with appointing new elders in this place. The challenges and threats the church faces in the 21st century make it essential that there be spiritually qualified men who are prepared to give their best in the leadership of God's people. We have challenges. There are hardships. There are things that are on the horizon, perhaps that we cannot even anticipate as yet. But we know from past experience that the devil's always been working. From the early days of the church's existence, the church has always been under threat from attack within and without. We're also well aware that before a man can be a good leader, he must first be a good follower. Such is the case in the military. A person begins in the military taking orders. And as that person has the opportunity through experience, has the opportunity to ascend in the level of the ranks, to ultimately possibly become a great leader in the military. But it all begins with learning how to take orders, being able to carry out those tasks and assigned in a very effective way. And so, in order to be a good leader, first, a man must be a good follower. And all of us, those who are elders today, are under the chief shepherd, under his leadership, following the Lord Jesus Christ. Every Christian should have as his or her goal to develop fully in the faith of Christ. It's all about maturity, spiritual maturity. None of us are to remain as babes. We're all to desire the sincere milk of the Word, which we become a Christian, that we may grow thereby. We're to grow, whether we're men or women, we're to grow to where we're able to partake of the meat of the Word, having our senses exercised, whereby we may discern between what is good and what is evil. Every Christian within the sound of my voice this morning should have as your objective what God's objective for you is, and that is to develop, to grow. We're going to talk just briefly this morning about the qualifications of an elder. And those deal with spiritual maturity. Most of them deal with the capacity or the fact that the person has developed in the faith of Christ. It's sad when in a church, any local congregation, whether it's the state of Georgia Asia, in the United States, or around the world. It is something's wrong when a church exists for an extended period of time and yet finds that there are no men who are scripturally qualified to serve in this capacity. Something is wrong. Men should grow. Men should develop, whereby they serve in this task. Serving as an elder is a work. 1 Timothy chapter 3, verse 1, if man desire the office of a bishop, he desireth a good work. It is a work. And God's way, set forth in the Holy Scriptures, is for men to be spiritual leaders, both in the home and in the church. One of the identifying features of the Church of the Bible is that each local congregation was organized with a plurality, not one, a plurality, at least two men who serve as elders only in that one church on whom they worship and serve. And so as we look at the next 2 or 3 passages here on our slides, we observe that it was never God's intention for one man to rule over a group of churches, nor even a group of men to rule over a group of churches in a certain district or region. God's way is for a plurality of men to serve as elders, to serve as overseers in that one congregation in which they serve. In Acts chapter 14, 21 through 23, when they had preached the gospel in that city, Paul and Barnabas are completing their first missionary journey, and they returned to Lystra and Iconium and to Antioch, strengthening the souls of the disciples, encouraging them to continue in the faith, and saying that through many tribulations we must enter the kingdom of God. And when they had appointed elders, plural, for them in every church, with prayer and fasting, they committed them to the Lord in whom they had believed. And so Paul and Barnabas, they went to the various congregations that had previously been brought into existence. And they established an eldership based upon the qualifications that the Holy Spirit has revealed. They appointed elders for them in every single church. In Titus 1 verse 5, this is why Paul says, I left you in Crete, Titus, so that you might put what remained into order. There were some things that were out of order, disorderly, but they need to be put into order. They need to be organized with bishops, with elders and deacons. And so he says, this is why I left you in Crete for this very work, that you might appoint elders, again, in the plural, in every town as I directed you. In one of the passages of note, in 1 Peter 5:2, that John read for us a few moments ago, shepherd the flock of God that is among you, exercising oversight, not under compulsion, but willingly, as God would have you, not for shameful gain, but eagerly. Again, the key phrase here, that is among you. And so we have 4 elders currently that are serving the congregation, the sheep, that are among them. We all are worshiping, serving the same God here together. And the elders have the oversight of the flock among which they work. We're going to look at the overview of the qualifications listed in 1 Timothy chapter 3, 1 through 7, as well as Titus 1, 5 through 9. We're not going to give a detailed explanation or analysis of each of these this morning, but if you're taking notes, be sure you jot this down for your own study. These qualifications come from 1 Timothy 3, 1 through 7, as well as Titus 1, 5 through 9. The very fact that God has given qualifications concerning those who would serve in this work indicates, by implication, that God desires that men so qualify themselves for this purpose. The qualifications. And my apologies for this being small. But again, there's a column on the left-hand side that has 1 Timothy chapter 3, the second column has Titus chapter 1, and the third column to the far right has a brief definition of what is meant thereby. The first is found in 1 Timothy chapter 3, verse 1, that one who would serve this capacity is to desire that office, to desire it. He must desire the office and not be forced into taking it. And so no pressure should be applied. A person should go into it willingly. A desire, much like a person who is running a race and he stretches himself across, reaching out for something. So there's nothing improper, nothing wrong about a man desiring to serve in his capacity. In fact, the Bible says that's one of the qualifications. He is to want to. How could a man do a good job serving as an elder? It was not something his heart was not set on. It was not something that he was sold on, not something he really believed in, not something that he wanted to give himself faithfully to. And so a man must desire, he must be above reproach or blameless, as is put in Titus chapter 1. This does not mean that the man who would be placed in the role as an elder or those who serve as elders are sinless perfect. Because we are well aware that the only individual who ever lived and walked among men that was sinless was Jesus. Jesus never sinned, but the rest of us do. And those men who are appointed or serve as elders, they do fall short. They're not imperfect, but they are walking in the light. They are right with God. So there are some of these qualifications deal with their moral character. Some of them deal with their domestic life, their home life. There would be the husband of one wife, verse 2 of 1 Timothy 3, or verse 6 of Titus chapter 1. That means that he is to be a one-woman kind of man. He's not someone that is living in a polygamous relationship. He is not living in adultery. But he is living with one woman. If a man's mate should pass to this earthly state that he should be married, he's not disqualified from serving as an elder because he only has, as yet, even but one wife. To be temperate, verse 2, not given to excesses, abstaining from wine. To be temperate, have self-control. To be sober or sober-minded, as is put in Titus, verse 8 of Titus 1. Sound in thinking, exercising self-control. And so a person is to have discretion and retain his judicial faculties. Good behavior, one who is orderly and well-mannered in his life. Hospitable, it means a lover of strangers. One who is apt to teach, or holding fast or firm to the word as has been taught, verse 9. That is, he is to be capable of teaching others the word of God. He is able to be able to teach that person, to be able to communicate. He knows, he's a student of the word of God. He knows God's way. He's able to communicate the word in such a way that another is able to understand that and become the faith of Jesus Christ. He's able to feed the flock. To be not given to wine. Some of these are positive, some are negative. There's things that they are to do, there's things that they are to shun or to avoid. Not given to wine, not to be a drunkard, not to be violent, can't be physically or verbally abusive, not greedy for money or gain, can't have an unhealthy desire for material possessions or inordinate desire for money. He is to be patient, that is not quick-tempered, being fair, mild, or gentle, not quarrelsome, that is one who abstains from starting fights, not covetous, not a lover of money, one who rules his house well and his children in submission with respect. Titus has having faith in children who are not wild and disobedient. And the question is presented in the Scripture: if a man is not able to have his house in order, how shall he take care of or lead the church of God? He's not to be a novice, not to be a neophyte, one who's new in the faith, must be strong in the Scriptures and in experience. And so, as we'll look at in a few moments, an elder is one who is older. He is one who has experience. He has experience, life experience. He has experience living the Christian life. His experience of being tempted and experiencing the challenges of being a Christian. He's able to encourage and help someone who is struggling because he's been down the road a little bit. In verse 7, have a good report with those of the world, or those that are without. There must be righteous in the church and outside the church. And so there's that facet of life within the context of the church, but also on the outside. It's a person that is respected by those who are outside the church itself. In Titus chapter 1, verse 7, he is not to be self-willed. That is, he can't be self-pleasing or arrogant. Also in verse 8, lovers of good. That is, one who approves of things which are excellent. Verse 8, just. He is honest and makes just decisions. Holy, verse 8, one who is devoted to the worship and service of God. And finally, verse 8, self-control, having his emotions and passions under control. These qualifications are here in Scripture, 1 Timothy 1 and Titus 1, for a reason. Some of them may be considered in varying degrees, in a relative sense, if you please. Some will feel these in a greater way than others. But these are things that are of interest, things that we're to consider. These are things that are to bespeak one who would serve scripturally as an elder in the Lord's church. Let us then consider some Bible names by which elders are called. Bible names by which elders are called. These are terms that show either a certain facet of their work or some aspect of their life. The first two are elders and presbyters. There's three sets of two each, and they're very similar. Each set is very similar in their meaning. Elders comes from a word in the original language which means simply an older person, one who is experienced. And presbyter similarly means one who is older. These words are used interchangeably, as well as the other two sets of two terms. They're all referring to that same group of men, that plurality of officers in the Lord's church who serve in this capacity. Elders, presbyters, and then there are bishops and overseers. A bishop is one who is an overseer, a superintendent. The Lord's church has a work, a function. There are all kinds of works that are being done. And there must be that oversight to make sure that things are done in an appropriate way. When people are left to their own devices, anything can happen. Nothing may happen. But something is supposed to happen in the Lord's church. There's a lot of good work that is taking place. And the elders have the oversight to make sure that what God wants done is getting done in a timely way. Bishops are superintendents or overseers. That is, they are to see over. They are to exercise the oversight of the flock among which they serve. And then there are shepherds and pastors. Incidentally, the word pastor is a term that's found only once in the New Testament, in Ephesians chapter 4, verse 11. And it does not mean what the denominational world has used it as. Those who are elders, bishops, overseers, they are the pastors. And this word expresses much like a shepherd. You know, a shepherd has this relationship with sheep, caring for the sheep, tending the flock. There's that gentleness that exists with a shepherd who is caring for the little ones and the sheep. And so there is a tender care that is expressed in the term. So think about this passage. Think about Ezekiel chapter 34, where God was sorely displeased with the shepherds of Israel. I might go there for just a moment from Ezekiel 34. You know, there's a good role model, a model of shepherding in John chapter 10. Jesus gave a parable of a shepherd. Jesus himself being the shepherd over his sheep, and that relationship he had with his sheep, how that he calls them out by name, and they follow him. They won't follow a stranger. They hear his voice, and they don't recognize his voice, but they will follow the voice of their shepherd because they are familiar with their shepherd. And so Jesus gives, Jesus is the model for our shepherds, our under shepherds, if you will. But in Ezekiel 34, there is a negative model of shepherding. The word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, prophesy against the shepherds of Israel. Prophesy and say to them, Thus saith the Lord God unto the shepherds, Woe be to the shepherds of Israel that do feed themselves. Should not the shepherds feed their flocks? Ye shepherds, ye eat the fat, and ye clothe you with wool. Ye kill them that are fed, but ye feed not the flock. The diseased have ye not strengthened, neither have ye healed that which was sick, neither have ye bound up that which was broken, neither have ye brought again that which was driven away. Neither have ye sought that which was lost, but with force and with cruelty have ye ruled them. With force, with cruelty. The antithesis of what Peter described as read earlier in 1 Peter chapter 5, 1-5. They were scattered because there is no shepherd. They became meat to all the beasts of the field when they were scattered. My sheep wandered throughout all the mountains and along every high hill. Yea, my flock was scattered upon all the face of the earth, and none did search or seek after them. So God was sorely displeased with his sheep, with the shepherds, the leaders of God's people, Israel, back in Ezekiel 34. And today, these shepherds need to look at that and to be certain that they're not following that model, but following the model of Jesus as a tender, loving shepherd. The work of elders for Acts 20:28, as Paul is addressing the Ephesian elders and Miletus, he said that you are to feed the flock. Feed the flock, Acts 20:28. Lead the flock, John 10:4, 1 Peter 5:3. As well as protect them. Let's turn for just a moment to Acts chapter 20:29. Acts chapter 20. Acts 20:29. Paul said, For I know this, that by departing shall grievous wolves enter in among you, not sparing the flock. Also your own selves shall men arise, speaking perverse things to draw away disciples after them. Therefore watch and remember that I space of 3 years I cease not to warn each one night and day with tears. So Paul here warned about danger, a threat both from without and within. God has assigned shepherds the task of caring for his flock, to protect them, to care for them, to lead them in the right way, the right path, and to feed them in order that they can be strong. Again, we're blessed. We're blessed by the sacrifice and the service, the godly example that our elders show each one of us. And we want to pray fervently for this process as we consider for the day he'll reign and his healthy medication, join him to stand by his side and support him in every good work. We want to pray for our elders every single day, that God will bless them, that God will give them strength, that they engage in their good work. Someday our elders are going to account. They're going to account before the Lord God for His work. You and I, as God's people, want to do, we will be careful if we don't do anything to discourage them, to demoralize them, to hinder them in carrying out their task as they seek to be faithful to the Lord. This morning, what about you and your soul? Does God see you as one of His sheep? Are you a part of the flock of God? Have your sins been washed in the blood? Are you walking daily with the Lord? Today, if you're outside of Christ, you can experience the greatest joy that a man can ever experience. Being separated from God, you can be reunited with Him. You can be reconciled. Jesus came and gave His life's blood that you and I might live, that we might be reconciled, that we could be sanctified, that we could be fit before God and live and serve within the context of the church, be brought out of the world, darkness and sin, to live in glory someday with Him who redeemed for all ages. Jesus is coming again. Will you be ready? Will you have confessed His name? Will you have died in the old man of sin? Will your sins have been washed, purged by the blood of Christ, as you were buried in the watery grave, being cleansed by the blood that flowed from Calvary, risen to walk with Him in newness of life, Romans chapter 6, 3 and 4. Today you can experience that. You can become a child of God by new birth. If you need to come, that I might pray with you, that you might be restored to your first love, whatever your spiritual need may be, know that Jesus, the chief shepherd, cares tenderly for your soul and bids you to come to Him while we stand and sing.